access to prompts, guidelines, and best practices. So first, what is Gemini Advanced 1.0 Flash? This is a centralized resources that helps you unlock the full potential of Gemini AI. It provides ready-to-use prompts and best practices to simplify your work. And it's designed for speed, efficiency, and ease of use. So you don't need to be an AI expert. With this tool, you can generate content, analyze data, and optimize workflows in just a few clicks. How can Gemini Advanced 1.0 Flash help agents? For agents, these tools enhance customer support, sales, and content creation. For customer support, quickly generate responses, draft follow-up emails, and translate communications. And for sales, create a compelling product descriptions, personalize pitches, and analyze customer data. For content creation, generate engaging social media posts, blog outline, and making copy. These are just an example to how to use. And this means faster, more efficient work with less effort. And how can administrators benefit? For administrators, Gemini Advanced 1.0 Flash improves the data analysis, reporting, and workflow optimization. For example, for report generation, summarize the large data sets and create meeting minutes instantly, and process optimization, brainstorm workflow improvements, and draft procedural document. And for data analysis, it can identify trends and exact key insight from complex report. With AI handling these tasks, you can focus on strategic decision-making rather than manual work. And what's inside Gemini Advanced 1.0 Flash? This tool includes prompt library. It's ready to use prompts for various tasks. And best practices guide. It's for tips for writing effective AI prompts. And example use cases, real world applications of Gemini AI. And for FAQ section, answers to common AI related questions. And for the rest, updates and announcements, stay informed on new features. All of these resources are designed to help you maximize your efficiency and AI capabilities. And this is a page of how to access and use. First, access the shared drive where all resources are available. And second, browse folders to find relevant prompts and guides. And use the prompt library to quickly generate responses. And refer to best practices guide for AI optimization tips. And 5, experiment and explore. The more you use it, the better it gets. It's so simple and fast and highly effective. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Yuna.
Thank you.
Svetlana, prepare a presentation today, yes?
I have some information that I'd like to share.
Okay.
I will share this right after, but before I wanted to discuss recent news again. So the fight of tariffs is continuing between Canada and US. We probably recently heard that Ontario is slapping tariffs on electricity to companies that are close to the border. I mean, to states that are, I think, New York and another states, which will probably create new tariffs in the future. So what it means for real estate, the real estate, just like anything else within the economy, doesn't like uncertainty. So the sales are falling and the prices will continue to fall. Thanks God we're not in Ontario or Quebec, because there's going to be more effects in Ontario, in Quebec than in BC. We have a more favorable situation in terms of demand, but sales will be falling as this war progresses. Good thing for people who are holding variable rate mortgages, because the variable rates, if the tariffs are going to stay for more than 3 months, then the rates might go down to where we had them at COVID levels. That's what the economists are predicting. So that's, I guess, good for somebody who holds variable mortgages. For people who like fixed mortgages, bonds will probably be continuing going down. Fixed rates are going to go down. Rates, the economists are predicting about the rents. What's very important, more important, people who has expired leases will probably start to move out in the next like 1 to 2 months period of time. They will try to live with family. They will try to pull together, live as co-renters, because if tariffs are going to continue, we will see more layoffs in industries that are connected to automotive, trucking, anything to do with aluminum, anything to do with cross-border deliveries, which are trackers. So, and as I said last week, the banks will more and more in detail will be reviewing clients who live in this, who has jobs in this area. So will be more layoffs. And I was just reading the unemployment report from today. Our unemployment will be rising, which will be the reasons for more of rate cuts. So I have an interesting information. Like, I don't know how like this old trade war doesn't really look like it has a lot of ground. I'm going to share this screen here, which I found interesting. So let me see. Okay. So if you see here, this is information from TD Economics. So Canada-US trade relationships, like whatever they say, I guess Trump is more attention to himself than pays attention to the relationships and economy and how this affects the other people. Canada is number one export market for US goods and services. So we export a lot to US, and a lot of there's a lot of connections between especially someone who is companies that are close to the border. So we do have a trade deficit, but we are the smallest, second smallest after France. China has the biggest trade deficit, and Mexico has second to the biggest. Trade deficit means that they export to those countries less than they export, more less than they import. So basically, they buy more from Canada than they sell to Canada. So, and this is $25 billion is this deficit. Canada imports $5 billion worth of auto products, meaning that we buy a lot of cars. So if the trade war goes up, of course, the cars prices go up, and Canadians probably will stop buying the cars. The U.S. purchases 50 to 80% of its needed critical minerals of zinc, nickel, tellurium, and vanadium from Canada. So basically, one of Trump's, as we saw probably from news about Ukraine, about rare mineral deal, Trump wants to have access to those minerals. And one of the reasons why he actually does this to Canada is to work out the deal to have access to those. U.S. imports 100 billion in oil and gas, imported 1 million in oil and gas last year from Canada, and us going to U.S. brings them a lot of money as well. So they are connected to us, just like them, us to them. So continuing of this process will hurt both economies, but it looks like it's not going to be an easy road. So, so definitely rents will continue to go down. The prices will probably go down, not by much, not as much as in Ontario and Quebec, but they will go down. And yeah, like if tariffs are expected to go as they are, we're expecting to lose about 1 million of jobs in Canada in the next 6 months, which may cause the recession. So just what I can say is be careful with screening tenants, and it is expected that the clients will go give more notices and try to move in together to save some money in this uncertainty time. So if you have any questions, I'll be here. I'll be happy to answer.
Interesting. So how many of the job would be lost in BC?
Oh, wait.
Do they segment it?
Sorry?
About BC, like if it's has a more details.
Yeah, so we are not as connected to trade with US as, say, Quebec and Ontario. So we will have the damage more from people losing jobs who work in the industry. We don't have those automaker factories as Ontario has, who will get more damage. But we have people working in steel. We have truckers who travel to US, bringing aluminum and steel, and so like for us, it's more job losses than harm to the economy, and job losses will create delinquencies for mortgages. So people will stop paying mortgages who loses jobs. So what will happen is the banks will be paying more attention to where people work and like for approvals, and they will be saving more money for mortgages that don't get paid. There might be some more foreclosures on the market, and as I said, people will might be delaying on rent in the next 3 to 6 months who work in industry that are related to tariffs.
Interesting.
But in terms of percentage point, like at this point, it's hard to say like how much damage it's going to be because it's still developing information. But we will definitely in the next 3 to 6 months, it might be like the prices will probably not going to go down by more than 10% because we're already lower, but delinquencies might increase as people like I've seen people don't have much savings these days. So as their savings deteriorate, they might be renting, they might be selling more because they can afford mortgage payments. So we might see that in the coming 3 to 6 months. So go variable if you're renewing or getting the mortgage, and then once there is more certainty in what's next, then lock it into fixed and then have it. So that way you will have a lower fixed rate.
And do you think variable, what kind of term? Variable close or variable open?
Yeah, it is a variable closed because variable open is high. You can do, like, most of the variable rates are 5 years, but there are 3-year options too. So doesn't really matter. 3 or 5 is good. And then you can lock in after about a year. But this is not going to end soon, so we'll probably have until the end of the year of this negotiations, up until we get the new government in place. So there will be definitely decreases, and the rates will go down, and definitely there might be some rent situations. But the government might come up with some solution. That's what they're talking about as well, just like they did during the COVID times. The only difference is that during COVID, the economy was resilient, so it did recover pretty fast. But in terms of the tariffs, because a lot of uncertainty around this, and they don't know how long that's going to end, like how long it's going to take, it might take longer to recover, much longer than it took for like after COVID. So it might take 3 years to recover after everything else settled down. So that's where we are at right now. Yeah, probably we will have more rents available. Rent prices probably will go down, and more people will be like pulling together, living in separate rooms in, like, say, 2-bedroom condos to save money. So we'll see more and more of that coming up.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, you're breaking out.
Sorry for interruption.
Yeah.
We're supposed to go up, right? So it
Sorry,
doesn't go down.
rent? It will go
Yeah.
down. Did I say up? Sorry. Yeah, rents go down because
said it goes down.
Yeah, rents will go down because we're going to have more condos free up, because people will try to save money, live together. So so they will free up condos that they live in right now. So availability on the market of condos will be higher, and so the rents will continue to go down.
Okay, another question. Why I would like to see how you take a look at this situation. That's why I'm asking this. Why do you think that the interest rate goes down? Why?
The interest rate will go down due to the fact, normally what affects the interest rate decision is unemployment rate and inflation rate. Inflation rate for now it's stable, but we still yet to see the results. But unemployment will be rising due to the fact that people will be losing jobs that are connected to industries that are affected by tariffs. And if the business is not, getting enough business, or like the business is struggling, they will be laying off people. And when people are laid off, they don't have money to spend. So that's why like inflation should not go up too much, just because people will not be spending any money because they can't make money, and unemployment rate grows. So that's the conditions to decrease interest rates. Also, as businesses are struggling, a lot of businesses borrow to grow. So if businesses are struggling with revenues and income, they can't pay like their debt obligations. So the rates going down helps businesses to make payments, because the payments will be lower with a lower interest rate. That's another reason why the rates will be going down.
Thank you for the explanation, but I don't want to discuss in the public, especially in the live, but the interest rate shows works differently. It's not based on the affordability or the unemployment. They are the keys of the recession in a bad market. Draining the money in the market happens right now. It's happening, and in different countries, it goes with based on different stories. Right now, Canada experiencing bad situation, and I believe it's better to be prepared because there is no guarantee to go down or up. At least be prepared to go to meet both sides. Not only goes down, but also goes up as well. Not to be surprised, at least. My I had a chat with Natalia, I believe maybe after the previous session, and I mentioned it very short to say there is no guarantee, maybe just because of the season, but no one can guarantee. Actually, no one reduced the interest rate because people they cannot afford it. They don't think about this part. Thank you for the explanation. I'm listening to all comments and the rest of the live meeting. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. I guess we can only see what happens. If the rates go up, they will go up. But historically, Canada, we like to press the easy button with lowering the rates. So, but we'll see. Interesting point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess we can finish our open